The old lady understood her life had reached its end. She turned off the lights, preparing to welcome death. As the world gradually became quiet, her soul began to leave her body. She looked at her transparent hands, then reluctantly turned to look at her own body. She pulled up the blanket to cover herself. At this time a light appeared in the distance. Death emerged from within. Although the old lady was a bit afraid, she still asked if she could see her husband one last time. Death agreed. The old lady was overjoyed. She decided to go with him. They walked hand in hand toward the gates of heaven. Just as they entered the gates, a hand pulled the old person into the hospital. Opening her eyes, what she saw was not her partner, but several doctors smiling at her. It took the old person a moment to realize she was in the hospital. Meanwhile, Death was confused. Where did the old person's soul go? It took a long time to find the answer, until he discovered the old person lying in the emergency room. This angered Death. He immediately extracted the old person's soul. The doctor saw she was about to die. They immediately began emergency rescue. Just as Death was about to succeed, he found the old lady had disappeared again. The tug of war for her soul began anew. The doctors and Death were evenly matched. The old lady's condition was critical. At this time a nurse pushed a wheelchair over to take the old lady away, escaping Death. Seeing this, the awakened Death burst out in anger. Death hooked the old person with his side. He looked at the time. He realized the medical staff had swapped the old person for a dead fish. The doctor ran into an elevator to hide. Death entered another elevator. The doctor guaranteed the old person wouldn't die, while Death became reluctant because his shift had already ended. To finish the work quickly, she swung her scythe to grab the old lady, but the doctor immediately snatched her back. Death was completely out of options. She looked at her watch. She discovered her work time had ended. She had no choice but to leave, leaving the old lady behind. The doctor took out a defibrillator to treat her. Finally, they brought the old lady back to life, but unexpectedly, she was punched by the suddenly awakened old person. The old person just wanted to leave to see her partner. Was even if request too much? Just as Death was preparing to rest, suddenly the phone rang. Seeing it was again an order for the same old person, the furious Death threw the phone away.